Thanks for joining in. I'm excited to share insights on the foundation of user experience. This course has been designed considering you will take user experience as a primary career. In this video, you will learn what is user experience, what it means, the basic of good user experience versus bad user experience. Sounds interesting? So let's get started. Let's start by first understanding the term user experience. What does it mean? In simple words, it is how a user interacts with the product. What the user feels about the overall experience while interacting with the product. Now comes the question, what exactly do we mean by the term product? A product could be a service, a good, or a feature. It could be a physical product like a laptop or a gaming device, or a technology like a website or a mobile application. In last couple of years, more and more brands understand how important user experience is for the success of the organization to have a good experience with their users. It is also important to understand in a small startup, you may perform multiple roles in UX. Whereas in a medium to large organization, specific teams are dedicated to perform certain roles. User experience is such a growing industry that it requires several specialists to focus on the different aspects of user experience. The user experience role majorly involves research, design, and strategy. You would have also heard terms like user research, interaction design, visual design, content, accessibility, which we will learn in time in the upcoming sessions. By now I am sure you have a basic understanding of what is UX and how it involves different specialists for getting the user experience right. Please feel free to add your comments in the comment section if you have any questions, and our team will try to respond at the earliest. Everyone in the team, be it a product manager, project manager, developer, designer, tester, quality check, everyone in the team needs to have a basic understanding of user experience. We all have good and bad experiences while using the product. Let's start by understanding a little what makes an experience good and what makes an experience not so good. What is good UX? We can say a product is useful. It is easy to learn. It can be helpful, accessible, like we can use it in different devices we need to use. Perhaps it could be fun to interact with. It could be attractive. It can also help us stay more connected in many more ways. A good user experience could be delightful. And lastly, a good user experience is always satisfying. Now, what makes a user experience bad? What is bad UX? One that is stressful. Perhaps when you don't understand how to interact with the product. Sometimes we know the product are confusing. Maybe sometimes a product works fine, but it is unpleasant to look at, and it is not enjoyable. Bad user experience are perhaps distracting. Sometimes it may be the product are inefficient. Sometimes the experience could be stressful. Now that we have a bit of understanding of good and bad UX, now how do we experience success? How do we map out, was our experience good or bad with the product? Firstly, we want to understand what the user wants to do with the platform or the product, and what we want user to do with the product or the platform. These both are very interrelated. One, what user wants to do. Second, what we want user to do. So this is very interrelated and very critical for us as a user experts to see how the user journey will be. when we as UX professional map out these two components, we are in a position to lay out a clear understanding of where we are, how close we can get, and what necessary steps are needed to improve the experience. Remember, UX is a continuous journey where we have to analyze constantly who are our end users using the product, what changes are needed to make the experience better every time. Now I want to review a product with you to map out if the product is built towards making the experience good or bad, and also we will understand, is the experience helping meet the product or the platform goals. Now here we will be reviewing a platform. As a user, I want to buy a mobile phone. In the screen you will see, after searching the same, I get some options, which makes my experience delightful. As I see, the product is more connected with my need. Have I had searched iPhone or any other devices, then I might see related search to the product. Now with my search to buy phone, I get search results. In the very first screen, you get to see the product price, rating, and when it will get delivered, right? This helps me as a user to decide if I want to explore further the product. Now you can see how these both terms which we have discussed are getting aligned. What user wants to do with the product and what product wants user to do. By clicking on the product, user has an option to buy the product. We see the experience is enjoyable. You may want to come again for next purchase. And lastly, by clicking on the product, user has an option to buy the product. User can also compare it with the other products. User also has an option to see what other users who have bought this product, what is their feedback. So this makes the overall experience enjoyable. You may also want to come again for the next purchase, which is helping the platform itself to meet its goal. And lastly, with having a nice experience, you may or can also recommend it to others. So this way we can see the product experience was good and also the overall experience is mapped towards meeting the product goals. So here we could see the Amazon goal is that more and more user comes, do their purchases, recommend it to their friends, and these goals are getting mapped with the overall experience. In the next session, we will be sharing insights on UX processes and methods. Good luck.